All right, let's talk about making a million bucks with AI. Today, we're diving into a step-by-step blueprint from Dan Martell, a guy who's done this over and over again. And the best part, you don't even need to know how to code. So let's get into it. Now, this isn't some pie-in-the-sky theory. This is a direct quote from Dan. He's saying this is the exact playbook he'd use, right now, to go from 0 to a million in revenue in under a year. He's not holding anything back. So here's the game plan for the next few minutes. We're going to start with finding that perfect idea, then we'll get into the money side of things, then building it all out, and finally, we'll talk about the mindset you need to turn it into a real empire. Okay, first things first, finding your niche. And here's where Dan Martell kind of flips the script on us. The whole goal isn't just to have a cool idea, it's to get a paying customer before you've even written a single line of code. This slide just lays it all out, doesn't it? The old way, that's a recipe for disaster, right? You spend half a year locked in a room building something, only to find out nobody wants it. The Martell way is all about selling before you build. You get someone to pay you for a solution first, which completely de-risks the whole thing from day one. So how do you actually do this pre-selling thing? Well, it's actually way simpler than you'd think. Step 1, you find 10 people in the industry you're targeting, and you ask them for advice. Not money, just advice. What's the hardest part of your job? Then, based on what they tell you, you put together an offer, maybe a steep discount if they agree to be a case study. And finally, you show them exactly how you'll get them a result, fast. Okay, so you know how to sell, but who do you sell to? Martell's second rule is to pick a boring market, and this quote from Jeff Bezos just nails why. Don't chase the shiny new trend. You want to find industries with deep, painful problems that aren't going away anytime soon. And this is just brilliant. You literally use AI to find your gold mine. Just ask it for boring, old-school industries where things are still done by hand. Then you dig in and find a real pain point. You know, like an electrician who's losing thousands of dollars every month because they miss calls after 5 p.m.? The solution is simple. An AI that automatically books those calls. You solve a real expensive problem, and they will gladly pay you for it. All right, you've got your market, you've got a problem people will pay to solve. Now let's talk about the money. This is all about designing the financial engine that will make you wealthy, not just keep you busy. The key thing to wrap your head around here is margin. You know, revenue, that's a vanity metric. It feels good to say you have $1 million business, but if it costs you $990,000 to run, you're not really winning, are you? Margin is your actual profit, and with AI, the cost to deliver your solution can be almost zero. And this chart here just spells it out. AI services, AI consulting, I mean, those are fantastic margins, 70, 80%. But the holy grail, the thing Martell is obsessed with, is AI software. We're talking 95% margin. That's basically a money printing machine because once it's built, it costs you next to nothing to add another customer. But here's the secret. You don't have to jump straight into building complex software. The smartest way to do this is to start with a service. You get paid to learn exactly what your customer needs, you figure out their entire workflow, and then you package all that knowledge into a scalable piece of software. Okay, high margins are great, but you also need cash now. And your offer needs to have 4 key ingredients to make that happen. First, be super specific about the result. I'll get you 10 more customers a week. Second, give them a reason to pay you up front, like a discount if they buy 6 months. Third, create some real scarcity. I'm only taking on 10 founding members at this price. And finally, throw in a bonus that just completely demolishes their biggest hesitation, like free training for their entire team. All right, you've made your first sales. Now we get to the fun part, actually building this thing. But listen, we're not aiming for perfection here. We're building a minimum viable product, an MVP, and an automated system that can deliver it without you. MVP, minimum viable product. The keyword here is minimum. It just has to work. It doesn't need to be pretty. And the best part? You've got options. You can use no-code tools like Zapier to basically glue different apps together. You can use AI to help you write the code. Or, yeah, you can hire a developer. But a pro tip, always give them a small, paid test project first to see if they're any good. So once you've built the MVP, you gotta automate the delivery. Seriously, think of it like a vending machine. Someone pays you through Stripe. Boom, they automatically get access. An automated email sequence walks them through how to get started, and all the common questions they have are answered automatically. This is how you build a business that serves clients even while you're sleeping. And now for the final, and maybe the most important, piece of the puzzle. You've got the niche, the financials, and the automated product. This last bit is the mindset that separates a little side hustle from a true empire. It's a concept he calls being long-term greedy. And I know what you're thinking. Greedy sounds bad, right? But this is different. Short-term greed is about making a quick buck today, even if it hurts you tomorrow. Long-term greedy is about making the smart plays now that will set you up to win for the next 50 times years.
This whole long-term vision, it's built on 3 simple S's. The first one, and you can't skip this, is sell. Absolutely nothing happens in business until a sale is made. This is the skill you need to get those first few customers, prove your idea works, and get the whole engine started.
Then, once you've got those first sales coming in and you've got some traction, you move to the second S, scale. This is where you focus on making everything better, faster, and more efficient. You tighten up your systems, you raise your prices because you're delivering more value, and you keep making your offer even more irresistible.
And the final S, this is where you really build an empire, is stack. Your main business is running smoothly, almost on autopilot. Now you can start stacking new offers, building new products, or even buying other small companies that serve the same customers. This is how you build generational wealth.
Look, the key takeaway from all of this is that the blueprint is right here. It's not magic. It's a process. It just requires you to go out, talk to people, and solve a real problem for them. The AI revolution is just getting started, and the opportunity is absolutely massive. So the only real question left is, what are you going to build?